I am your host, Danielle Mims. Welcome to Think Like a Kid, the podcast that helps parents and teachers stop guessing and start teaching the way kids actually learn. After working with hundreds of kids, I can promise you this: one size fits all learning doesn't work. It's time to stop making kids fit the system and start shaping learning around the child. Each week, you'll get quick wins, creative ideas, and brain-based strategies to make learning hands-on and fun again. So whether you're in the classroom, the car, or halfway through your coffee, I am so glad you're here. Let's think like a kid. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Think Like a Kid. I'm Danielle, and I'm so glad that you're here. I am so excited because right now my best seller on Instagram, Facebook, wherever people find me is my preschool curriculum, because that's what I'm promoting the most. That's what I'm doing at home every single day. And if you purchase it, at the very bottom, it says, "Hey, do you also want Danielle's Calm Down Corner kit?" Which is actually like my entire Raising Emotionally Intelligent Kids ebook. And a lot of you have been snacking it, and it's making me so happy because this was the first. I printed it out and I put it in a book, and I'm here to show you. If you are on YouTube, this is a good week to watch on YouTube. This is my entire guide. It's a PDF, but you get to print it. And what it has is it's everything from your child's sensory profile to their triggers to how to set up a calm down corner, how to do exercises with them, how to make them emotionally intelligent. Because one of the biggest misconceptions, and people even know this, they can repeat this fact, but then they act differently as parents or adults, is that children are not born with this skill. They are not born knowing how to regulate their emotions. They're not born having emotional intelligence. A lot of adults do not have this skill. Yet we expect 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-olds to have it mastered. It's ridiculous. So anywho, I am showing you a little bit inside because I am actually motivated by how many people are using this right now. And we moved about a year ago, and I have not even finished unpacking my Calm Down Corner essentials. So it's just really cool to kind of keep digging and try to find it, because it's a game changer. And summer is here, and behaviors are going to happen because everybody's out of routine and whatnot. So let's dive in. If you go all the way to I'm trying to think of what chapter it is. It is chapter 4. It's called Stocking Your Toolkit. We're going to go to the breathing techniques because I want to show you them because they are awesome. So before you teach your child, take some deep breaths, honey, calm down. Don't do that. That's not going to help. These breathing techniques, I have so many of them for you. And what you do is you print them out, laminate them, expose them to your child, and see which one they like. It's not like they have to do all of them. Figure out what works for them, what makes them want to practice it, and stick with it. Let them lead. That's why I have so many different options in here, because I know there's no such thing as a one size fits all with learning. There's no such thing as a one size fits all with regulation at all. Meet your kid where they're at. So the timing is key. So you're going to introduce these techniques or any of the strategies in this book when your child's calm. When I always like to do it in the morning, after breakfast, after I've had my coffee and we're ready to start the day. The worst time to do this is in the moment, when they're having their epic meltdown. I talked to you about the amygdala many of times. If their brain is offline, they're not going to receive the information that you would like to give them. So anyway, timing is key. Meltdown versus a teachable moment. So if your child's in the middle of a full-blown meltdown, teaching a new calming strategy is not going to be effective. So you're going to first focus on validating their feelings, co-regulating, and helping them regain a self of control. And then you may talk about it if they're willing. I mean, if they're Just they like, even the word I have a son who is very overwhelmed by just negative feelings in general and doesn't like to rehash it, so sometimes just even telling a story of what happened and, not even using his name has been helpful for us. Practice makes progress, so teaching your kid one of these strategies in this book is not gonna just be like, "Okay, one and done, we're good." You have to keep doing it, and you have to model it as the adult too. You were given this job, this amazing job as being a mom, or maybe you're a dad, or maybe you're called to be a teacher or a therapist. This is your calling, right? So you need to practice with them and model and show them the way. Maybe no one's even shown you. So it's a great chance to do that. And as we talked about before, is individualized. This is the triangle breathing. So what you're going to do is you're going, again, print and laminate. I have them all printed and laminated, and then I have them on a binder ring, and so my kids can just choose which one resonates with them that day, but they definitely have favorites. So you're gonna start here, and then when they go up the triangle, they're gonna breathe in. So if you're watching on YouTube, you go, breathe in, and then you're gonna hold going down here, and then a long, slow exhale. And then at the bottom, I have how you would explain it to your child. So you can literally hold this up and it says what you should say. And you're going to say, I want you to start at the left bottom of the triangle. And then you're going to point, trace your finger up the side when you take a deep breath in. And I tell you like what to do step by step. So you don't even have to think about it. Okay. I'm going to go to the next one because this one is called the 5-finger breathing technique. So here you're going to, sorry, my microphone's like in the way. Start here, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. My kids have also taken like chalk or a dry erase marker and they've like traced their hand while they're breathing too. It's very regulating. The next one we have is the star breathing technique. This was always like a favorite in the classroom for me. Not for me, for my students. I'll always have the little start here. Breathe in, you're going to hold it. Breathe out, breathe in and hold. And you're going to do that and trace the whole star. The next one we have is our square breathing. It's very similar to the triangle breathing. So you're going to inhale, they're going to hold. Exhale, you're going to go slower on the exhale, hold, and then you're just going to keep going. Again, I have how to explain it to your child as well. And I love this one. This is the rainbow breathing. So here you start, you breathe in, you go all the way to the other side of the rainbow, and then you're met over here, you breathe out, then you breathe in, and then they get to trace it back and forth. I'm feeling calm even just like explaining this. I'm not kidding. Kids love this stuff. They love the visuals. They make it like a game, and then one day it's all gonna click and your kid's gonna be like, "Oh, I just did the triangle breathing in my head," or you'll see them doing it on their leg and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, it worked. It stuck. Oh my goodness." And that's like what parenting's all about. So, anyway, this was kind of just about the breathing techniques, but I have everything in here. Like, and if it's a PDF, so everything's like clickable too. So if you want like, the books that I use, or if you want like the essentials for the calm down corners, you just click on the picture and I will take you to I think it's all Amazon because that's like where I live. But this was my very first digital product that I did. And I put everything. I don't even want to know how many hours I put into this thing, but it has been phenomenal to have in my own house. This actually started when I was teaching and then I sold it to teachers to make their own calm down corner or their cozy corner in their classroom. And, I was like, who really needs this? As parents, like, we need to start it at the home. Like, that's where it matters. Like, and that's where it can be transferred, but it needs to be practiced at the home because at in the classroom, it's great to have, especially for the kiddos who have the big feelings and the behaviors. But there's also a good chunk of kids who are masking the entire day and they would just be too embarrassed to go use the calm down corner. And then they come home and then they lash out on their parents and their siblings and they're just like, "Bah!" That's
I could go do a whole podcast on that. I live that every day. And those kids, you ask their teachers, and the teachers are like, no, they're doing great. I don't see any of that here. And that's because they hold it together all day. And then they come home and they don't have this like outlet that's just, they're safe. Lucky for us, they're in their safe space. But if you have these strategies in place and you have visuals and you have a calm down corner and you've practiced it ahead of time, that's when there's going to be a huge difference. So I challenge you to even just take you don't have to get my book. You can even just draw a triangle or a square on a piece of paper and you can tell your child, hey, we're going to trace this while we're going to practice our breathing. And then you're pairing an action with a visual. And you can do this in a playful way, see what they would prefer. Maybe another one I have in here too, I just must have skipped over it. I think it's in there. It's called the bunny breaths, where I had a son who was obsessed with bunnies. So anyway, you'd breathe in fast, you'd go, hold, right? So you're going to do 3 sharp, fast inhales, and then you're going to hold it, and then you're going to slowly exhale. Bunny breaths are a huge win too. I literally did not realize I could talk for an entire episode on just breathing techniques, but I could keep going. I honestly could. I love this stuff because it changes for every kid. And there's so many strategies packed in here. One of my sons loves the grounding technique. I have that in there as well, but it also changes. So I think what's really important is to expose your kid to as much as you can with these strategies and techniques, and then have them pick one. And then it's going to change over time. It's going to evolve. It's going to get better. It's going to get stronger. They're going to be building their emotional intelligence and exactly who you want them to be, right? You want them to be able to handle hard times, and sadly, eventually without us, right? That's the reality. And it's sad because we just want our kids to be babies forever, or at least I do. But we need to prepare them for when we're not around and when they're at school or they're at sports. And if you give them a toolkit of things to have in their back pocket, literally, then they're going to be able to handle themselves a lot better and not just have to hold everything in and mask for the rest of their life, right? Okay. This is starting to get a little bit too long for the breathing, but if you want to know more, I will definitely link this ebook below. You can always get it printed too, but what I do is I just print out the individual pages and then I laminate them for my kids. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this episode. I hope that you pick one breathing technique or 2 to try with your kid tonight or tomorrow and just have fun with it. Even make up your own maybe they love, what is it? Pokemon? Make a Pokemon ball. I don't know. Do something to think like a kid. Thank you, and I will see you next week.
Thank you for listening to Think Like a Kid. If this episode gave you an idea, a reframe, or a little win, the best way to say thank you is to share it with a friend or leave a quick review. It helps more parents and teachers find these conversations, and honestly, it means the world to me. Until next time, friend, keep meeting kids where they're at and keep thinking like a kid.